Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So in our house, around this time of year, we have a little tradition. Our children, Shalva and Adir, and we sing a song before Passover, and it's called Bye Bye Chametz. So we get together, we get the vacuum cleaner out, and we go all around the house, and we sing this song over and over. And we really have this really old tradition of doing Passover cleaning and getting rid of all the chametz. And everybody follows it a little bit differently in their house. But it's because when the Israelites, slaves, left Egypt, they had to make their matzah very quickly, because what would happen if they had to leave in the next few minutes to leave Egypt? And so remember that God said to get rid of all your chametz, all your leaven, all the bread, all the dough that's risen in your houses. And so for thousands of years, we've had this custom of doing really intense Pesach cleaning. So this is why Shav and Adir and I would go around the house with the vacuum cleaner and look for all the pieces of breadcrumbs and get rid of all of it. It's a good way of helping our friends to do some cleaning. But there's also another way of looking at it, and I wanted to bring it to all of you here today. Because chametz is not just, we remember it because the matzah that we ate on the way out of Egypt, but chametz is supposed to be every part of us that's puffed up. That part of us that doesn't always want to listen to advice of friends or any criticism. Does that ever happen? Maybe a little bit. That part of us that's selfish and only thinks about ourselves. And chametz is when we let our fears stop us from living our dreams, or when we let our anger control us, or we become jealous of what other people have, or the qualities that they embody. And chametz is when we're resistant to change. We don't want to change. We think, I'm just fine the way I am, and we don't need to grow. And chametz, maybe more for the adults, is that part of us that says, I don't need to be anywhere close to perfect. We're just fine the way we are. Or the part of us that doesn't want to confront any of our problems because they're difficult. And just that part of us that leaves us all hopeless or helpless at different moments. And so, what does it mean to be free? To be free on Passover is trying to get rid of all that chametz, all that stuff, to truly be the person that we really want to be, whether it's at school or in our lives or with our friends, wherever it is. And so, on Passover, we try and look and find a little bit of chametz that's inside of us, and we try and reflect, well, how can I clean that little bit of chametz away? How can I change that? And sometimes you think, oh no, I'm going to find a really big piece of bread, and it's going to be really hard to clean it, but then it's really a crumb. And other times you think, I'm not too worried about it, but you see there's a big piece of chametz, personality chametz, and you have to remove it. So I think Mr. David told me you all learned about a ritual that right before Passover you get a feather and a spoon, and you go looking for chametz. Did you learn about that? Yes, good. Because that's what you do just before Passover. You go with a candle and you look in every little corner and see, can I find any more bread in my house? And so there's a story people say about Passover. If you knew the President of the United States was coming to your house, would you try and clean up your house?
Yes.
You would. Depends who the president was, right? But you would make sure to clean all your toys. I'm sure your parents would buy flowers for your table, and you would make sure that everything was perfect. And so that's the same on Pesach. Freedom is coming. We believe God is coming, so we want to make sure our house is clean. And so even if it's not in your family's tradition to do any Pesach cleaning, I encourage you at least to try cleaning your rooms. And you can sing Bye Bye Chametz as you're doing it and ask Shalva for the melody. And maybe think about just one area of your life where you want to try and make a little change to get rid of a little bit of chametz so you can be a little bit more free in the months ahead. Shabbat Shalom.